I am Eloda, the disembodied voice of Mickey here. Welcome back to the Nerdissance. As you may know, I'm a bit of a skeptic, but I'm also a fan of horror movies, and my favorite subgenre is monster movies. So it's no wonder the field of cryptozoology piques my interest. Now, if you don't know, cryptozoology is the study of and search for new and unknown species. One recent example is an adorable orange bat discovered in Guinea in 2018. In fact, new species are discovered all the time in this big, beautiful world of ours. However, there is another side to this field of research, a darker and less reputable side. This covers the search for proposed creatures, such as Bigfoot and the Loch Ness Monster. Undoubtedly, you're at least a little familiar with those, arguably famous creatures. So today, because it's spooky season, let's get a little bit creepy and look at some other cryptids whose existence is questionable at best, but have multiple folklore and modern first-hand accounts that insist they are very real. So here are my top 5 cryptids you may not have heard of, but might just be lurking in the unexplored corners of our world. Number 5. The Rake. The Rake is a creature that has 2 stories that I believe are equally fascinating. The legend is that since the 1600s, this horrifying humanoid has been stalking humans, using mental manipulation and violence to terrorize its prey. As much as I love the sheer insidious nature of the story, this one has been debunked. The origin of the Rake is one of marketing and creativity. The picture on screen was sent into a local news channel for a segment that featured strange photos from viewers. Allegedly, the photo was taken by a trail cam on some viewer's property. The photo went viral, and even though it was later revealed that it was part of an ad campaign for a video game, that context was lost to the greater public, and soon a creepypasta entitled The Rake utilized this photo, and it blew up on the creepypasta forums and became a modern urban legend. The story itself is presented as a series of first-hand accounts from multiple eyewitnesses dating back hundreds of years and up through today, detailing encounters with the titular creature. It's a great creepypasta, and if you want to creep yourself out, I would recommend giving it a read, or listen, as it has quite a few narrations on YouTube. Number 4. The Beast of Dartmoor. This video of a large black animal running across the moor has, of this video, not been identified. But accounts of animal attacks, dead livestock, and sightings of a very large black cat, dog, bear-like creature roaming the area and terrorizing the locals persisted from 1988 to 2010. Although this footage for me is rather compelling, there are multiple explanations that chip away at the myth, to the point that I'm going to call this one debunked as well. Biologists who've analyzed the footage say the gait of this animal suggests it's most likely a large boar, and the actual attacks and slaughtered livestock were most likely the result of wildcats that had escaped captivity in the area. Still a chilling video. Number 3. El Chupacabra. The Chupacabra, or goatsucker, is a monster that comes from the folklore of Puerto Rico, Mexico, and all over Central and South America. Its legend rose to prominence in the mid-1990s. It's said to be a small humanoid creature with a dog-like snout and a taste for blood. That vampirism is not uncommon in the natural world, and the sheer number of first-hand accounts lends an air of plausibility to this cryptid's existence. Although the description slightly changes depending on the region of the alleged sightings, they are fairly consistent, and the prospect of an elusive little vampiric creature running around and feeding on livestock is not outside the realm of possibility. However, to my knowledge, there is no credible evidence to suggest the Chupacabra actually exists. Number 2. Bigfoot. I debated putting Bigfoot on this list, partly because it's such a well-known example and I'm not sure if I'm going to add anything you don't already know. However, the stories of Bigfoot are so far spread and so widely believed that I had to at least touch base on it. Also known as Sasquatch, Skunk Ape, Yeti, and about a dozen other names, Bigfoot is said to be a very large, primitive primate, hiding in forests, swamps, jungles, and mountains all over the world. Basically, if the area is hostile to humans and hard to get to, that's where to search for this champion of hide and seek. There are allegedly hundreds of pieces of photographic and video evidence, and thousands of eyewitness accounts. I don't find any of it credible, and with the most compelling footage, yeah, this one, admitted to be a hoax by the guy who originally released it, Bigfoot is most likely just a very tall tale. However, if you want a great story about Bigfoot, I'd highly recommend Devolution by Max Brooks. Number 1. Skinwalkers. Straight out of the folklore of the Navajo, amongst other similar stories from other indigenous peoples worldwide, skinwalkers take on several different forms, in more ways than one. The mythology behind this cryptid is that they are shapeshifters, and they can take on the appearance of previous victims, be that animal or human. Very little is known outside the tribe for a number of reasons. The two biggest are talking about these things to outsiders is considered taboo, and it's also believed that just talking about skinwalkers can draw them to you. Setting aside the shape-shifting aspect of the legends for a moment, non-tribe member accounts describe a large canine-like creature that can move both on all fours and bipedally. They have either short dark fur or human-like skin, and distinctly no tail. They're also said to have human-like eyes. Much like Bigfoot, sightings of these creatures happen all over the US and other parts of the world, although they go by other names. The description of skinwalkers in the American Southwest sounds eerily similar to both the Wisconsin and Michigan dogmen accounts, although that may be because in these first-hand anecdotes, the creature does sound like it looks like a Hollywood depiction of a werewolf. So, are skinwalkers roaming around the American Southwest, terrorizing unlucky motorists and campers? I sure hope not. I live in skinwalker territory, and I just spent quite a while talking about them. Aside from what little is known about them outside of the tribes, there's no credible evidence, photographic or otherwise, that I'm aware of. But the search continues. And as I said at the start, new species are discovered all the time. And who knows, maybe one or all of these elusive creatures will be discovered one day. I doubt it, but I think it's fun to wonder about the things that go bump in the night. So thanks for watching, stay nerdy my friends, and happy spooky season. Oya dang.